because we are all grown-ups here, we can agree when mistakes have been made and corrected. If you go to the addendum, which is 6K, Honorable Chair, 6K, the addendum to contract agreement has recitals. Those recitals, I believe, are laying a historical foundation for the addendum. And it acknowledges that at the time of execution of the contract agreement, the parties were yet to agree on the contract period. This is 6K.
That is page 2.
The second last
page
whereas.
2 on 1, 2, 3, 4, paragraph that appears at number 5 there, paragraph 5. Not the ones, the whereas, the recitals. Yeah. It says, at the time of execution of the contract agreement, the parties were yet to agree on the contract period and therefore did not provide, therefore, in the special conditions of contract.
Yes.
You are acknowledging that such a fundamental issue as the time of, or the contract duration was not agreed upon. And then you go to say that this addendum is necessitating the provisions that follow there, including the contract period and the other terms there. So you can say it was an oversight in the initial contract, or it had not been agreed as your document itself is saying.
Chair, the point I was making, Chair, was that the 5% commission was part of the original contract. What was not contained, what is contained in the addendum is the period of the contract.
But Governor, we can't see it.
Okay. Chairman, can I be allowed to provide this clear copy of the contract?
You see, the challenge is this, Governor.
We are not
this auditor was in Homa Bay.
Yes.
And asked that question and captured it in the management letter and captured it in the draft certificate. It was not responded to. What is a justification that today in Nairobi it is being responded to, and yet it wasn't done during that audit period? And I think that's why part of our recommendation was administrative action on the officers who failed to provide the documentation on time, in the event that the documentation existed. Was there any administrative action taken?
Chair, and in addition, to be fair to us as your members, we are not reading anything. So even if the governor refers until cows come home on the aspects of the contract, we can't read. And a number of us are legal experts, Chair, and we really wanted to get into the substratum of the issue. So how will we assist the Chair to be fair?
Yeah, Chair, finally,
yes.
For the benefit of the people of Homa Bay, I think the most critical thing is the cost that the people of Homa Bay are incurring. Governor, I cannot believe personally that such an important matter would not be contained in the document itself in a more prominent manner. Because anything, even if you are buying mandazi, the first thing you ask is how much is this thing? And the contract has to provide for it. So it is unbelievable. And as I said, I have a lot of respect for your county attorney. If mistakes were made, we can just own up and say there were mistakes.
But Chair, this is more than a mistake. Because are you saying, through the Chair, Governor, are you saying that the 5% is provided for on the last page of?
Yes, the 5% is provided for on this contract where it says summary of costs. And Chairman, if you allow me, I would like to table a clear. I would like to apologize for the document not being clear, and I would like to table, Chairman, if you agree for your purpose, a clearer version of the contract document.
It's
9 copies, so that it's is enough.
Sometimes you are constrained to take new evidence at this point, yes. But because you are quasi-judicial, maybe first table it to the clerk and then we'll take a view. But you see the point.
But does it mean we don't interrogate that aspect? Because
no, we definitely would, because in line with Senator Sifuna's query, the first page of the contract agreement talks about the 28 million.
Correct.
So the curiosity is why the 5% was captured in an appendix on the last page of the contract. You see, that's a reason for curiosity.
Yes.
That this could have been an afterthought, or this could have been an insertion to an original contract that wasn't there. And that is why the Auditor General asked that question, and it was not answered when the Auditor General was in Homa Bay.
Chairman, I want to say that, and this is under oath in the House here, that if the figure had not been part of the main contract, it would not be in anybody's interest to insert it and then say it is part of the original contract. So it was there, Chairman, but the reason it wasn't provided, I want to agree with the committee that the document should have been provided to the auditors in full, including the addendum, so that we did not have to raise this issue here. And Chairman, I want to assure you that whoever did not provide the document, we will take administrative action against them.
Governor, unfortunately, we have taken your copy of the document.
Yes.
And the beauty with this agreement is that it is signed on every page. Governor, if you look at the signatures on the previous page and the ones on this last page that you're now providing, they don't look the same. They have been signed by different people, and yet the people who have signed from the beginning are consistent. What is the explanation there? Just look at the previous page, Appendix B. The document, the page you are looking at is the Appendix C, Summary of Costs. Just flip one page back to Appendix B and look at the signatures down there.
Go back as many pages as you want.
There is one distinct signature on Appendix C that is not on the other pages.
Yes.
This one that looks like a millipede.
I can see you're still traumatized from the BBI days, yes. But
No, that was Okoa Kenya.
Yeah.
Governor, would you quickly respond to that? I think it's a valid observation.
I want to ask the attorney to respond to that.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I just want to make reference to the document that is annexed at 6J, which is the contract on automation of revenue collection and management system. So, Chair, if you go to that document on page 2, you will see what constitutes the contract. And from the word go, you will see that at part C, whereas the amount of the contract is stated there at part C. But it goes ahead at paragraph 1, now therefore, that the following documents attached here shall be deemed to form an integral part of this contract. So it lists them, and it goes to number C, the appendices. Now on the appendices, number 1 is terms of reference, number 2 is the key experts, and appendix C is reimbursable cost estimates. So appendix A, B, and C constitute part of this contract. Now, what Her Excellency is referring to, and where there is a 5%, is appendix C. Now, if you go to the second last page of that document, it lists now the appendices. Number B is the key experts, then the last page is the breakdown of contract prices. Now, it lists the amount of money, and at paragraph 3, maybe it is just because it's not clear, it says the transaction fee, and on the right side of the column, it says 5%. So these appendices were part of the original contract, so that there is no confusion, Chair. The last document, the one that is dated 3rd of July, the appendix, the addendum to contract, the addendum to contract is specific to the term. Chair, if you look at
we are with you on the same page. We are with you
yes,
on that.
Yes.
The observation is Appendix C.
Yes.
And Appendix B has got different signatories. Maybe that's what you need to address yourself to.
Can the signatory himself address himself to that, who's the Chief Officer Finance?
And it would also have been very useful for Appendix D and E to be availed so that we know whether they've also been signed, because they form part of the contract, as Attorney Orego has said.
I think just before the expert, what was the term?
The signatory.
The signatory.
Receiver of revenue.
Governor, just allow me to help you. This is a legal question, and I think you should allow your county attorney to explain to the Senate how it is possible, because all these documents he has run through are one contract. It is not possible for sections of the contract to be signed by Wambua, then Cherargei signs C, and then Sifuna signs B. I want him to first say that himself as a professional, whether it is possible for individuals to pop in and out of contracts when they have not been part of the entire thing.
Chairman, I wanted that to be addressed by the signatory to the contract, if you allow me.
Very well.
So that if there's any legal question, the attorney, there's an explanation that he has given me, but I want him to just give it to the Senate.
Okay, please.
Thank you, Chair and the committee. My name is Alphonse Wera, Chief Officer Finance and the Receiver of Revenue. That is my signature, and I gave the one which is...
On the new document or the new one?
The new signature.
The one that Senator described. It's not new. If we start from the first page of the contract...
No.
Chair?
Where is it on Appendix B?
I'll refer to where it is.
Where is it on Appendix B?
Appendix, all the appendices, I have done an initial, I've initialized all the appendices, but because that page contains the figure of 28 million, I gave my full signature, which I have also done up. If you go to the fourth page of the same contract, you'll see the same full signature signed on the page where all the officials of the county have signed. That is the fourth page of that contract.
So you put your full signature only where money...
Where there is money in the appendices, I put my full signature, the same signature that is in page 4.
What
where I'm
about
supposed
page
to
1 where 28 million is mentioned?
Sorry?
The first page of the contract agreement, where there is 21 million mentioned. 28.289 million.
Chair, that table has a breakdown of all the costs. That is why I put in my full signature.
Honorable members, does that make sense?
Can I ask, the other pages you're saying you also initialed?
No, all the other pages have initials on the left-hand side.
So these initials, which one, KB, is yours?
No, the one that is a cycle.
Okay. So I still see it on that list page.
Yes,
so you're saying you initialed and signed in
yes, full. I initialed and signed my full signature. And if you go to page 4, where the officials of the county have signed, the Director of Procurement, Chief Officer, and the others have also signed that page with the same signature. So it was there at the signing of this document. I can confirm that.
So what's the explanation again? Why are you signing the final page and you're not signing on the other page? What's the explanation?
I've signed the page where I'm supposed to formally sign, that is page 4. And then I have singled out this specific page because it has got a breakdown of costs.
So, Receiver of Revenue, when you saw this query from the Auditor General, and you are saying that you put your full signature on it, why didn't you address it and close it at that point in time? Why has it come to the Senate? Why are we discussing it? If that addendum was available, and it was your signature, and it is your report, you are the Receiver of Revenue.
Chair, to answer to that, the addendum, I think we are looking at the main contract, and because...
Sorry, appendix, the appendix. Let's refer to the appendix.
Yeah, the appendix of the main contract, it's not advisable to have a claim and a counterclaim, but that figure...
Receiver of Revenue.
Yeah.
You say that you signed this appendix C.
Yes, I did.
That has a 5%.
Yes, I did.
Did you see this observation by the Auditor General in the draft certificate?
Yes, Chair, I saw.
Why didn't you address it at that point in time?
We did address and responded to it, Chair.
So how did it end up in the Senate and in the public domain? Because the auditor was not satisfied. Perhaps for the reasons that the committee is presenting now. So, honourable members, we
Chair,
need to
perhaps
get
you
a
need
way
to
forward.
yes, perhaps you need to provide context for why members grow suspicious of such presentation before the Senate. There has been a case of a county entity that came here with receipts. You remember, Chair?
Yes.
And from just a casual observation, you could tell that these documents had just been manufactured to answer or respond to the audit query. And that's why the Chair is saying these auditors, because again, I repeat, I'm also audited. Governor, you know, I'm also an accounting officer. There is no way the auditor can ask the Honorable Kawino to produce a document, then he refuses to produce, and then he shows up with the document at the Senate. So, Auditor General, do you go through the same process you go with me? At the party of mine is more robust because we sit down with you, you do management letters, there are exit meetings. Why can't you have these issues cleared during the point of audit?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Of course, the audit process